three words. Whiskey bacon burger. Hey everybody, I'm Rye, and today I'm going to be making a whiskey bacon burger because I found I had a little bit of Jack Daniels left in the pantry. I'm going to be making this burger today. Actually, it's two burgers. I'm going to double stack it. I'm going to be making them on cast iron out on the Weber Kettle. I've got the fire going, and now I got to get these burgers ready to go on. I decided to try something today. This is my Tortilla Press, and I'm going to try and press the burgers before I put them on the grill to get them flatter. I've never done this before. I just thought of it a few minutes ago and thought I'd show you guys this attempt. I'm going to put some wax paper down, or a burger in there, put the wax paper over the top, bring the press down. Anyone for a burger tortilla? Okay, so that's not gonna work. We're just gonna do this the old-fashioned way. Oh, that's a pretty thin burger. Let me try this again, just maybe not pressing it quite as much. All right, burger. I know that this is totally not made for this. I just wanted to try it. All right, let's see, there we go. There, press it that way. That's not bad. I mean, one side's flatter than the other because that's just at the angle of the press here, but yeah, I think I'm gonna do these the old-fashioned way by hand. The good old-fashioned way, just. There. Pat it down, not too much, don't beat it. There we go. Two burgers. I'm gonna hit these with a little salt, a little black pepper. Get the other side. Now these are ready for the grill, but the first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna make our bourbon bacon. That's right, bourbon bacon. This isn't necessarily a sauce. The bacon is going to have that bourbon flavor. We're going to be using a little bit of butter and a little bit of brown sugar with it too. So let's get out to the grill. All right, I have my 8-inch cast iron skillet over the coals now. This is what I'm going to be using to make the whiskey bacon. Sometimes I say bourbon instead of whiskey. I mean, I know there's differences, but if I say bourbon, I mean whiskey, and if I say whiskey, just think whiskey or bourbon. I was inspired to make this by a video that over on Ballistic Barbecue. I think the guy's name is Greg. He made a tribute burger to Lemmy Kilmister of Motorhead, and really looked good. And so I wanted to try something similar. It's not exact by any stretch of the imagination, but I've made something similar to this. But I wanted to get all the bacon going, you know, at the same time here. So let's see how we're going. We're gonna get that bacon going in the cast iron. We're gonna let one entire side of this bacon sort of cook up and crisp up. I know you guys have heard me say it before. I like my bacon a little bit floppy. I don't like it super crisp, so this will be cooked to how I like it. If you want it crispier, you could do that. Once we get this whiskey bacon done, we're gonna set this aside and then get our cast iron griddle on here to start cooking up the burgers. We're also going to toast the bun first so that it gets a nice little crust on it, and we'll set that aside. We'll let that keep cooking here for a few more minutes before we turn it. All right, I'm going to turn my bacon now. Try and get it all in one major piece. Well, missed one there. That's all right. Gonna let that continue to cook on that side. And in just a minute, I'll be adding the whiskey, the butter, and the brown sugar. Now when Greg over at Ballistic Barbecue did his bacon bourbon burger sort of thing, he had this nice mass of bacon that was all crisped up under a press, and that looked really delicious. As I said, mine I'm gonna do a little bit different. I don't want that crispy bacon. I want a little bit of flop to it. And I don't want it all to be one sort of mass that's completely crisped together. I'm just doing this in a mound. And I want to get rid of just a little bit of the bacon grease here. I've moved my cast iron skillet a little bit off the coals. I'm going to add my butter here. My brown sugar. I'm going to do just a little splash of Jack Daniels off the fire. And get all that bacon mixed in there. So what we're trying to do here is get the flavors of the brown sugar, the butter, and the whiskey infused into the bacon here. Almost caramelizing it, because that's what we're doing with that brown sugar. All right, we are just about done here. We're going to set this aside and get working on our burger. So I've got my cast iron griddle heating up here, and I'm just going to put the brioche hamburger bun on there to toast up a little bit for a few minutes. Quick note here, I just took a taste off the end of my tongs here of that bacony, whiskey, butter, brown sugar concoction. It's good. It's like bacon candy. All right, back to the bun. All right, let's check this. Getting toasted. I could have put some butter or something on these to help them brown up a little more, but personally I don't like to do that. I like to just get a little bit of a light brown toasting on them. Doesn't need a big crust or anything. So let's check these again. There we go, that's what I'm looking for. Top one doesn't matter as much to me, but let's just see. That's fine for me. I'm gonna set my bun aside. It's burger time. Is there any sound better than a burger sizzling on cast iron? I don't know. Plus the smell is amazing. Just that salt and pepper on this burger, when it hits that hot cast iron, that's just, it hits the air with the meat. This smells great. I'm gonna wait for a good crust to develop before we turn these. We'll check it in just a minute. Time to flip these burgers. Look at that crust on those. This is why I love making burgers on cast iron. I'm gonna give these a quick flip back to the first side for just a minute. Feeling good? I think we're done. Let's get these inside and make a burger. We have our bun. Let's get our burgers on there. Now, these are pretty non-thin burgers for a double stack, but I'm gonna make it work. Before we add our second patty, we're gonna put a little bit of this whiskey bacon in between. All right, our second burger. It's more of this whiskey bacon on top. Oh man, this stuff is just dripping with goodness. Before I put the top bun on, just take a look at that. That is so good looking. Oh, it smells wonderful too. I'm usually pretty eager to taste the things I cook, especially on camera. But burgers hold a special place in my heart. And this one, right now, down here, right out of view, the smell coming off of it is driving me crazy. So I'm gonna bite in. I may have to unhinge my jaw to get it around these two thicker patties, but I'll work on it. Let's go. So there we go. Let's take a look at that. Can you see that? Got all that wonderful whiskey bacon in there. Okay. This is gonna be a big bite. Here we go. Oh. Wow. That bacon has a perfect mixture of saltiness and sweet now after doing that whiskey butter brown sugar thing to it. Oh. I'm pulling a tiny piece of the bacon off. Oh, wow. You get that Jack Daniel's flavor in there. Because see, I didn't burn off all the whiskey in there. I didn't flame it off, didn't simmer it until the alcohol evaporated. Still a little touch of alcohol in there. This is good. Now, could I have topped this burger with other things? Tomatoes, lettuce, pickles, onions? Yeah. I've mentioned it in previous videos. I'm kind of a burger simpleton, purist, whatever you want to call it. I really like to taste the meat. I don't always like a lot of extra things on it. But this bacon in here is worth it. I am going to brand the whiskey bacon burger a success. And I'm going to take another big bite. There are several things which make this burger work, but one of the most important, to me at least, is using that cast iron griddle. Oh, when you throw that meat on there and it just sears instantly on that hot cast iron, you can't beat that. Now you could definitely do this just over the briquettes or on a gas grill. I just think there's something special about using cast iron. If you don't have cast iron, you might want to think about getting some. It's a great piece of equipment to use when you're grilling. I hope you enjoyed this video. Feel free to check out some of my other videos and consider subscribing. And if you do, click that bell for notifications. Thank you all for watching. Hope you have a great day. I'll see you again soon.